One night.
Okay, you're live.
Be over here.
So, unless you want to go pitch, just go there. You ready?
I'm joined by ex-Cork City player Barbara O'Connell, who will be my right hand, and literally you're on the right hand of me, which is amazing. That worked out well. We've just got to, so we can go through the teams with you. Welcome, Barbara. Hello.
Hello, how are things?
Good. So we can go through the teams. So Cork City, of course, are on a current 6-match unbeaten run where they've won the last 6 in a row. They stay unchanged. So you've got Maria O'Sullivan, Natalie O'Brien. You've got, sorry, no, I'm just looking at my notes here. They're everywhere. Burke, McNamara, Foley, O'Mahony, Dring, Noonan, Liston, Casson, and Ebelano. After coming back after injury starting, so they're unchanged. On the bench you've got McCarthy, Lyons, Murphy, Seward, O'Donovan, Shine and Lauren Walsh. So what do you make of that?
Yeah, you know, that's what we probably expected, Damien. I think with Ronan Collins, that's what he's been going with the last few games, and you know, why not? They've been, as you said, they've been unbeaten in the last 6 games, so yeah, that's definitely the lineup that I expected today.
So no surprises whatsoever. He's stuck with the same team that have won for the last 5 games. So do you think that might make it a small bit predictable for opposition teams coming to Bishopstown or against Cork City?
I suppose it does. It does a little, but in saying that, I suppose, you know, Ronan's only concentrating on his own side, and you know, that's obviously what's been working well for him. Possibly there could be 1 or 2 changes that could be brought in there, but look, you're going to stick with your
winning
why
team.
change
so
it?
It's a winning formula. Why change it? So Galway will line up with 3 changes from the last match against the last league match. Actually, they had 3 changes in the last league match against Treaty. They've brought in Amanda Budden, Savannah McCarthy, and also it's Aoife Walsh, and they replace Ronan Thompson and Singleton. So they will line up with Amanda Budden, who of course ex-Cork City player. Also Savannah is an ex-Cork City player, and actually Lindsay McKee, who will play up front for Galway, is an ex-Cork City player. Amanda, of course, was part of the team that won the FAI 2017 Women's Cup, so she might enjoy coming back here today.
Of course,
there's actually 6 of the 2017 winning team here playing for Cork City, so it'll be nice for her to mix it up against some of her previous teammates. So we've got, let me just go through my notes. It's quite windy, which means all my stuff might blow away. Anyway, so we've got Amanda Budden in goal, and I've just closed this one. You have it, I presume.
Yeah, I would imagine that they're going to go with Therese Kennevy, Shauna Brennan, Ciara Cormacan and Shauna Fox on the back. We're a little bit unsure across the middle. I would imagine that Aoife Walsh would be on the right wing, Savannah McCarthy maybe on the left or in the middle.
The team sheet we were given is that Savannah's in the middle, but you reckon you've seen Savannah play?
She's kind of been playing on the left as well, so just between her and DeBurka, I'm not too sure which one of them will play out wide.
And another ex-Cork City player, she'll know again what this team brings and stuff, so she'd be ready to give it a go as well. Maeve DeBurka, as we said, one of the most experienced players on the pitch today. You think possibly centre mid or on left wing, possibly?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen her on the left wing, to be honest, Damien. I've seen, like, I've played against Maeve, excellent player, as you said, definitely one of the most experienced players on the pitch today. I'd like to see her in that number 6 role, to be honest. I think that's where she dominates, and that's where she would normally be a key role for teams. So, I mean, out in the left, I don't see a problem out there, but as I said, in the middle is really where I'd like to kind of see DeBurka. But let's see what they do.
Jamie Turrentine will play in the middle, and you're looking at Aoife Thompson and Lindsay McKee up front. Lindsay, again, highly experienced.
She actually began her National League career with Cork City back, I think, in 2011. Great player, great pacey player, and even though she's still young, but she's very experienced. So, you know, I think that's what I'm looking forward to
She
about
banged in a
today.
hat-trick a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, she's
still there.
pacey.
She is the leading scorer for Galway with 4 goals. Thompson actually is second lead, and you've got Singleton and 2, so he has
Plenty attacking
plenty
force
of
there,
attacking
yeah.
force. You were highlighting the defensive record of Galway before the match with me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they have the best defensive record in the league. I think they only conceded 5 goals this season. So, and as I said there, they are a young squad, but there's a few internationals there, so they are experienced. And it just goes to show, you know, only conceding that many goals, that they are going to be tough to break down today, no doubt about that.
However, the attacking options and the goals that Cork City have scored this season in the last 5 games, I think it's 15, 16 goals they've scored.
And I think with 8 different goal scorers as well,
Yeah.
so that just shows it, you know, and it's not just the strikers, it's coming from all areas, midfielders and stuff, so
you reckon it'll be a good match today?
definitely. You know, it's probably a fixture now that I've been looking forward to, because I suppose what adds to it is that little bite where there's a few ex-Cork City players.
Yeah.
I mean, even to, you know, you're going back to Amanda Budden, she's a Cork girl. She started off playing with Wilton. She was with Cork City she was a huge part of Cork City team. Savannah McCarthy, another tough player. I think that's probably one of the battles that I was looking forward to. If she is on the wing, the left wing, herself against maybe Sophie Liston, I think they're a very similar type player, as in they're tough in a tackle, they like to get forward. I think that will be a really good battle. So that's today's game. I think it's obviously going to be a close game. I'd expect it to be a close game, but a physical battle as well.
There is only 1 point. There's 2 places, but 4 points separate them in the league. What I suppose, looking at previous fixtures, Cork are ahead of Galway in the league this year, which is the first time in 2 years that they've been ahead of them. I know I was checking something out, and Maria Sullivan said that the goal was to be top half by October 10th, which they've succeeded. There are other games on today. Obviously, Shelburne are taking on Treaty. You've got UCD Waves taking on Wexford and Bows at Lone, all kicking off at 2 o'clock as well. If results go their way, and Treaty take a few points off Shells, then Cork City will move into second place.
Yeah.
But obviously Galway are going to be there for fighting as well.
Oh, definitely. I mean, as you said there, I think the aim of these two teams at the start of the season probably would be kind of aiming for that 4th spot position, which is probably a crazy mentality, but are probably just behind your Shells, your Peamount and your Wexford. But both of these teams have proven today, you know, that they're a little bit better than that, and like they've finished in the top 5, which now takes those 5 teams into Group 1 of Phase 2, which was their plan at the start of the season.
Absolutely. So Cork they're happy. Roland's happy with the
Definitely,
how they
he
progressed.
has to be. Yeah.
The cup draw, obviously. Treaty against Cork City, and the other one is Wexford against Peamount. Good draw for Cork.
Definitely, yeah. It's probably the draw that we would have been hoping for, you know, just based on previous results. So it's great. It's a home draw against Treaty as well. So you would be hoping that they would progress to the final, which would be fantastic for the club.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last time they played Treaty, they won 5-2. You know, so hopefully they're probably going to be looking to bring that confidence and the knowledge going back into that semi-final, which will be on the 8th and 9th of November with the final. Is it India Viva actually?
No, it's in Tala, I think.
It's been moved to Tala, on the 13th of December. So it could be a good Christmas present.
Definitely.
For everyone. The players are coming onto the pitch at the moment. Cork City into the huddle. What do you think they're saying right now in the huddle?
I would imagine that they're just going to be telling each other, you know, play with confidence. I think, you know, I mean, we touched on there that 6 consecutive wins, and, you know, fair enough, probably 5 of those teams they may have been expected to win, but, you know, I think that win against Wexford has given the team a huge confidence boost. And I would imagine that they're just telling each other, you know, to play their own game, not worry about the opposition, just get the ball down and play the way they've been playing. And, you know, I think they would be full of confidence heading into today's game.
Well, Galway now also taken to the pitch. So you can see that Cork City are really talking well at the moment. Galway just come out and they're looking they're looking like they want to get it on as well. Our referees today, I haven't been given the...
Claire Purcell is in the middle with Trevor Cotter and Michelle on the lines. So... yeah, it's great. It's great to see 2 women today, no doubt.
Yes.
As officials.
I wasn't given the team sheet.
Yeah.
Also, it's so windy here at the moment, so the wind is going to be blowing left, right. So Cork, well, we'll see which side they play, but the wind is quite windy. Now, I think it's always windy in Bishopstown, but I think today
Extra windy, yeah.
I think it's extra windy today. I genuinely, the left-hand side of my body and face will probably be missing by the end of the match. So yeah, in previous matches, Cork, they haven't played yet this season.
No.
Last year, you would have had Galway winning 2, and they had a draw as well, 2-2 draw. The last time they played down here at Bishopstown was a 2-2 draw.
Yeah,
Was it 2?
but as we said there, I suppose Galway are a different side as well this year. You know, obviously with the addition of even the likes of Amanda Budden and Savannah McCarthy, the huge additions this year. And even with, so I would imagine, you know, that it will be another close game between two. It's very hard to kind of call it just based on even results the last few weeks. You know what I mean? Because results have differed. But as I said, I'm looking forward to this battle. I think it will be a close game, and let's hope it's competitive.
Yeah, do it a few goals.
Yeah, definitely.
Right, okay, well. Oh my God, it's cold.
It's great to see Lorna Bolano back.
Massive
you know, after
injury.
being out for a long injury.
464 days
Unbelievable,
injured.
you know.
So
she
yeah,
worked
came
so hard right through as well.
Came back against Shells in
brilliant.
August, popped up with
Yeah.
a few goals since as well.
Yeah,
Which
she's
is good.
flying.
Galway will kick off. With Aoife Thompson just waiting for the referee's whistle. So it does look like Savannah's going to start centre mid.
Yeah. Maeve de
Shauna
Burke
Brennan,
right.
left back. And yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like
So
the team
Maeve de
lineup we were
Burke is
given.
out right, yeah.
Savannah McCarthy kicking it up wide. And that's a header, defensive header by Natalie O'Brien out for the first throw of the game. So the wind will be behind Cork City in the first half, which may give them an advantage because it is quite windy. I can tell you can see the flags on the corner blowing absolutely crazy. Into Bill, and that's picked up by Shauna Brennan, who looks out wide, and it's picked up by Galway. Jamie Torrentine out wide for Lindsay McKee, and cleared away by Ciara McNamara. Tap on the legs, and that's a free out against Zara Foley. Played back to the keeper, Maria O'Sullivan, who's the captain this year. And Natalie O'Brien, she's the oldest player on the Cork, with plenty of experience in Natalie O'Brien. That's played out. Amanda Budden comes out, but it's blocked down. And Laura Bolano just trips over. But that, Amanda Budden stays down, and the referee calls for attention to come to Amanda. Really 50-50 challenge, I think. And nearly came clean. What would, you know, I suppose as a football player, had that gone in, do you you've seen it a few times where Amanda stayed down. Would have been a interesting one.
I would. It is harsh.
Absolutely. Play the whistle, I suppose. So, Amanda is getting attention at the moment. And also Sophie's getting some attention as well. Cork City with the new sponsor on their jersey today, Freight Force, which was a nice fundraising initiative set up by the club. They basically looked for businesses to enter a raffle for €350, and the winner won the front of jersey. So that's how that's the first game with Freight Force on the front of it. So yeah, great fundraising, and fundraising at the moment is absolutely key to some of the clubs because we've got no supporters coming in. There's no gate receipts or anything like that. So fundraising at the moment is absolutely huge around the league, and it was a great initiative thought up by them. Still a break in play here. Amanda getting some attention to the left leg. Sophie Liston is on her feet now. I hope people can hear how windy it is. I know we've got these things in front of our microphones, but I really hope people can understand how breezy it is here today. So keep it on the ground. And you know, I suppose you would have watched a lot of Cork City over the last couple of months. Is that the way Ronan likes to play? Is he playing on the ground?
It is. You know, I mean, they knock it around really well. And what I love about it is, especially when it starts from their defence, defensive and also their distribution of the ball. You know, they do try to play it out through the thirds. Times maybe they could do a little bit more, but when they do play it out, it's so much more effective. And that's why they go, especially in these conditions where it is windy, and high balls.
So Budden looks like she is okay to continue. She heads back to the goal, and Sophie Liston also okay to continue, which is good to see. You'd hate to see a player go off after, you know, literally 1-2 minutes after a nice feisty challenge. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think we fixed her sound there, Amanda.
Good.
Amanda's let me hit Barbara. Okay, so play it back to Budden. And she's put under pressure by Abelano. Oh.
Slight push there, I think.
The back. Lauren, Abelano looks very fast actually and very tricky and really wanted to get in there. So Brennan looks up. Turpentine. Well won in the air.
Becky Casson, well done.
So Becky came from Wexford, signed last at the start of this year.
Yeah.
She brings a bit of extra to the Cork City midfield, and that's pumped up by Lindsay McKee. Maria O'Sullivan's coming out of her box, and is cleared out for a throw-in to Galway. You can see the wind there actually really affecting the bounce of the ball and where the players thought it was going to land.
Yeah, definitely there now.
McKee turning inside. And let's play it at the back post.
Nice ball into
comes
Maeve.
out and drops it, but it is picked up by Danielle Burke, and she runs with it. And the referee blows again for some attention. It's a head
I think
injury.
Maria may have got a bit of a knee into the head there. It's unusual to have these stoppages so early in the game, and you
Just
see it in
shows
the
you
players.
That could be, you know, there's no love lost there.
No, definitely not. Yeah, I mean, we probably expected this type of game, you know, that nobody's going to hold back in any challenges, but still clean, you know, clean enough challenges, I would imagine. Maeve de Burke is another player there who wouldn't go down too easy, you know, tough player.
She looks okay, and she'll rejoin the play. And O'Sullivan with the ball at her feet. Ava O'Malley dropping it. Is that Ava?
Yeah.
Ava, we're so far away.
Yeah.
O'Sullivan put under pressure and is picked up by Zara Foley.
Thought she kept that in.
It's gone for a throw-in to Cork City.
Yeah.
Must have taken a touch off McKee. No? No. Yes.
To be honest, I didn't even think the whole ball went over the line.
Well won
thought it was-
by Savannah. You can see the physical presence there up against Cork, and she wins it back again and plays it back in. And we've got a runner on the outside. It's Brennan on the outside. Just too fast and too far for Brennan to catch up with that. And it's a Cork City throw. So Daniel Burke has it at the back, playing about. They are trying to play it out from the back, actually.
Yeah.
So you can see that the wind is played across,
Good switch.
picked up by Ciara McNamara, who brings it up with her. She's looking for, it's Ava O'Mahony in the middle, and now Foley. Nice play at the moment from Cork City. Liston with the ball again, looking for Foley, and did look like a bit of a push in the back from Brennan, and that's a free kick to Cork City, which Ava O'Mahony will take. Ava, of course, the under-17 Irish Player of the Year last year. It's picked up after a poor clearance and drilled into the box by Foley. And that's out for another Cork City throw. Liston now. It's one. And put out for a throw to Galway.
Ava O'Mahony, she's playing in a new position this year, in the central position, which we haven't seen her.
Left last year.
Left, or even a full back, you know.
Got a
that's why
cracking goal a couple of weeks ago, actually.
Absolutely brilliant against
that's a
Wexford.
rocket.
Yeah.
There's Thompson out from McKee.
Nice ball in by McKee.
Drops it in, and again the wind again, I think you can see there, just maybe pulling that ball back a small bit. Saoirse Noonan looking for the ball, and that's played through and stopped by McNamara with her feet to O'Mahony. Plays it back to Burke, and the options were closed down. She was going to play it back, and it was closed down, so she moves forward with the ball. And it's straight through to the Galway defence. And now Galway look to have a bit of a counter on. And that's a lovely ball played over the top. The flag is up for offside. Looks quite tight there, actually. And again, playing out from the back, which is nice to see. It's nice to see. It shows a massive change, I suppose, you know, in all levels of football, where I suppose before, you know, thumping the ball out.
Exactly,
and it's nice to see that teams playing out from the back. Foley now to Liston. Inside for Sarah, for Noonan. And the run is on from Liston. She's running on the wing at the moment. You got two in the box. Abilano, and at the back post,
Christina Drake. City are definitely starting to settle now a little bit, passing it around, aren't they?
Yeah, some nice one-touch play there on the right wing.
Saoirse Noonan has kind of switched roles as well today. She's been playing out left for a while there. Now, I prefer her in that central role. Saoirse's brilliant at linking up players and getting people involved. Like, and as you see there, her linking up with Sophie Liston is great.
Turrentine into the middle, and that's cleared away by Foley. Only to the edge of the box.
Oh, well blocked there by
Thompson,
Danielle.
having a crack. Saoirse Noonan, the most amazing thing, I think, is that she's still only 21 years old. I think it's only 21. I mean, she seems to be around for absolutely years.
Yeah.
In both GA and soccer. Again, an injury last year, I think. Came back from that, and again,
she's having a fantastic year this year. Fantastic season, and as I said, she's kind of playing out of position out in the left a few times, but she's been brilliant there, and you know, picking up the Player of the Month in September was richly deserved for her performances.
Absolutely. It's controlled by O'Mahony, looking for Liston down. A lot of the attack coming on the right-hand side for Cork City, actually. Haven't seen much over on the left yet.
City tend to play a lot on the right, and even starting with the goalkeeper Maria O'Sullivan, she plays a lot out. Zara Foley, one of Cork City's main player this year. You know, she's fantastic at right full, and like that likes to play through the thirds as well. Not committing to long ball all the time. Always looking for that short pass, which is great.
For Noonan, trying to hold it up, plays into the middle, and that's a corner ball. First corner of the game to Cork City, cleared, blocked by Trez Kenevy,
yeah.
making the block. stopping it, and it's a corner ball, which will be taken by O'Mahony.
City have been doing well in set pieces in the last few games.
Against Bows, you had Ciara McNamara and
Natalie
also,
O'Brien.
O'Brien getting goals from set pieces.
Yeah.
So let's see, can they work something here with the in-swinger from O'Mahony with the wind again with them as well. It's played in, you got at the back post, Noonan getting up, just couldn't get under the ball, over the ball.
If you just noticed there about Galway, for that corner kick, they didn't pick any players up, so they're obviously playing that zonal marking. Like, I'm not sure if I've seen that before this season.
To leave someone like Noonan unmarked at the back post,
Yeah.
I mean, they could have been punished there.
None of them were marked there.
So we have 17 minutes gone at Bishopstown between Cork City and Galway. So far, I think it's been more Cork City than Galway. That's a nice ball into the box, but unfortunately no one there, and that's gone out for the goal kick to Galway. Budden seems to be okay after the knock earlier on. It did look like a nasty knock,
Yeah.
but seems to be okay.
She's tough
now.
out.
Galway playing it long, and it's picked up nice and easy by Foley, who plays it into middle to O'Mahony and back to Burke. Switched across to McNamara, who spends a left foot pass up, and it's picked up by Noonan. He got a couple more in the box, and again it's out for another corner. Great block. Again to stop.
You see here now again, Damien, where there's a lot of free Cork City players. Galway not picking up any of them.
So at the edge of the box, you've got 4, maybe 5, and Galway all inside the 6-yard box.
Yeah.
Just Ebelano in the middle, close to Budden. So it's going to be an outswinger this time from O'Mahony. Plays it back to O'Brien.
Good option.
Looking for the back post, but it's just a bit too long. That's one off the training ground.
Definitely, you know, and I think it would be a good option as well. Just based on the way that Galway are, you know, not marking up, having one of those short corners, if someone comes short looking for it, definitely would be ideal, and someone shooting from outside. I'm surprised at that marking actually from Galway, but obviously works for them. Look, they've the best defensive record in the league, so it obviously works for them. They know what they're doing.
Would you see zonal marking much?
No,
you know,
I actually wouldn't. No, I haven't seen much of it, and it's not something as a coach that I have ever done either, to be honest with you. But look,
Galway now playing out from the back as well. This kick upfield. That's a bit of a challenge from behind on O'Mahony by Thompson, but I think it's all okay. It's McNamara with the ball now, playing it to Burke. Little bit of keep ball between them. And again looking for Noonan, who just makes the ball. Well won back by O'Mahony, and blocked again. And O'Mahony again now back for O'Brien. She's got the runner, and the offside flag is up. Again, that looked quite.
looked very close there.
Looked very close. So free kick to be taken by Galway. Do you think they were? So do you think Amanda would have had a nice little chat with her ex-teammates before the match?
Oh, definitely. I would imagine that Amanda's still very friendly with some of the Cork girls.
Well, I mean, she did make that save against UCD Waves, or DLR Waves back then, in the 2017, in the last minute to help them win after Claire Shine's goal. So, you know, I would presume that but there has to be a bit of friendly rivalry there as well.
Of course.
O'Mahony tried to get onto a ball from O'Brien, and Budden leaves it go out for another goal kick to Galway. 21 minutes gone. And 0-0 here at Bishopstown. And the sun is coming out, which is lovely for the players, but it's not coming
Still
out
very
on
cold
us.
up here.
Picked up by Liston. And plays in, but picked up by Cormacan. And Cormacan kicks it out. But Foley wins it. And now she's got space in the middle. That's just gone out for a throw-in to Cork. Shepherded out by Casson. Becky Casson. Casson. Savannah McCarthy getting very tight on Saoirse Noonan. They obviously know each other well. And that's a nice ball up from McKee to chase down. But Casson shepherds it out this time. And another throw in. Foley throwing it long, looking for Noonan again. But again, McCarthy getting in the middle, and that's pumped forward. Budden coming out of her goal, and that should make it all the way back to the keeper, but she decides to kick it instead. Upfield. And it
Budden still seems to be struggling a little bit there as she's kind of hobbling a little bit back to her goal. I don't know, is she 100%?
Oh, it's dropped over behind O'Brien, and it's put into the
Great
box.
ball.
Oh, and it's good, it's clear. It's good. Foley kicking it, and it just heads over the Cork City bar for the corner, first corner of the match to Galway. And let's see how they line up for an attacking corner.
Yeah.
With a bustle in the box, and it's dropped in, and I think it comes off. I think it came off McNamara.
Ciara
for
McNamara.
another corner, and she stayed down with it. So another corner ball to be taken by Jamie Turrentine. Again, bustle in the box, and this time it's cleared away by Zara Foley again, out as far as Aoife Walsh, who sends it in the wind again, just confusing a few players with the bounce, and it looked like it came off the hand of Shauna Fox, so the referee has played on. Turrentine out on the right, played back to Aoife Walsh again, who sends it long. And Foley again getting her foot to it, and it's gone out for a throw to Galway. Throw in to be taken by Brennan. And Foley gets her foot to that again. Brennan has time. She plays it back to McCarthy, who knocks it back to Brennan. McCarthy again. Brennan on the outside. Good strength shown there by Liston, but Brennan gets away from her, and now it's cleared by Casson. I'm just.
We'll get there. Becky, maybe it'll be easier to call her Becky,
Damien.
Damien.
Becky's dad, Dave, actually, he's probably watching it in Wexford at the moment, so I apologise to you for my mispronunciation. Abellano looking for the ball, but it's cleared out by Galway for another throw in to Cork City. Foley coming over to pick it up. Now, what do you think Ronan Collins is thinking at the moment? Just play the way they're playing?
Yeah, definitely. I think Cork City look the more settled team so far. I think Galway still haven't settled.
So a high leg from Liston, who picks up a yellow card. Did look like she connected with Savannah McCarthy's head, but I think she's okay. So first booking of the match goes to Sophie Liston of Cork City. Liston been told to step back a small bit by assistant referee. So Ciara Cormacan, the captain of Galway, looking down the left. McKee was there, but again, it has dropped just a bit difficult for them, and it's cleared out by Foley for another throw in to Galway. Nice touch, but it's gone out for another throw. Nice touch by Fox, who stayed forward actually for this one. So they're definitely looking for a bit more attacking options up front for any set piece. Picked up by McCarthy, who has a left shot
great strike.
just over the bar. Savannah actually had a nice goal a few weeks ago, possibly only last week actually, or the last match, which was another left foot shot like that.
Yeah.
So
She does have a superb strike off the ball.
O'Sullivan playing out from the back again to McNamara. And it's picked up in the middle by O'Mahony, who's put under pressure. And cleared away again, but McCarthy picks it up again. Galway player staying down, but McCarthy's on a drive. She's into the box.
Great run.
And she's onto her left. Great save.
Oh, jeez. Offside.
Good save by McCarthy, but offside. The flag went up very, very fast, actually. And
Superb run there by Savannah.
And that'll show what she brings from the middle.
Yeah.
Plenty of power. And then, of course,
she's a physical player. You know, you're going to have to put that challenge in a little bit early because she will keep running.
It's kicked upfield by O'Sullivan, and that's watched back by Walsh back to Budden, who picks it up. "29 minutes gone at Bishopstown. It's still Cork City 0, Galway 0. Casa now playing it back. Burke all the way back to O'Sullivan, who thumps it out left, looking for O'Brien, who didn't read that one. And it's a throw in to Galway. So another ball came onto the pitch. They've thumped that off, and the throw is taken. A bit of a push. Is it a push? Bit of a push from O'Mahony. It's a free kick to Galway. The referee asked for the ball to be brought back. So Fox will take the free kick for Galway. And that's watched out wide by Foley after the shout from O'Sullivan. So Zara Foley, I've seen a lot of action, former Lakewood player, and called up at the age of 16 to the Irish, the full Irish squad.
Yeah, like Zara would be one of my favourite players here. I think you're always going to get 100% commitment from her. She's excellent in the challenge. She's a very athletic player, as you can see. You know, she's up and down that wing the whole time, and she just loves being on the ball.
Nice block by Fox to stop the ball going over for Noonan onto a run again. And now we're looking for another blue ball coming on. You'd make a fortune if you went searching them fields after the match. 2 spectators outside.
Yeah, you
as well
would
today.
indeed.
I think I will go into the fields there to find them.
It's a small bit warmer anyway, Damien.
Throw in taken, and that's picked up by Noonan. Looks for Liston, but it is picked up again and cleared away by Galway. High ball, which the wind has caught. Again, it just shows you how windy it is out there. Lovely control by Cassin, and it's played out. It's picked up by O'Mahony, and it looked like a block with the hands. Yes, so it's a free kick. Into Walsh blocking the ball with her hands, and a quickly taken free kick down the line. The referee allows it to play on. There's no problem there. Dring with the ball on the outside, and there's a couple of runners in the middle. She plays it in and cleared away by McCarthy and picked up now by Brennan. and Galway look to attack. But lovely. Cason seems to be everywhere at the moment in the middle. So just picking up the balls as they're played through McNamara now with the ball over the top, and that's picked up by Budden. Cormac now put under pressure by Abellano. And a slight miscontrol, but she won it back. And now McCarthy playing her back to Budden with the wind against her. Cormac in for Brennan. So. McCarthy letting her presence known on Foley, and that picks up a yellow card as well. So Knievy seems to have swapped sides actually. So Knievy now is playing on the left here.
Yeah, she's switched here now. I think obviously a lot of the play is down this way as well.
So Biddy Cleary has made a change to bring someone over to help Brennan with the attacks coming down the right hand side or their left hand side. So O'Malley will take this free kick. Played to the back post, and I can't see, but one of the players, I think it was Turrentine, getting her head on the ball, just putting that out for a corner kick. O'Malley will come over to the other side to take this one. So again, zonal marking for Galway for the corner. You got a couple of City players on the edge of the box with just Abellano in the middle.
That's where I'd be hoping that Ava will put the ball or somebody comes short.
They try
and
this
here
one
we go
back.
again.
Just back to O'Brien again. We saw this one at the last one. Let's see, does it work differently this time? She plays into the box. A couple of Cassin getting up. But it is another corner for Cork City.
It's a wonder, will Galway let this happen again? Will it come back out to Natalie O'Brien? Maybe Natalie
again
could push on a little bit further and have a chance in goal.
Let's see. So O'Brien is back looking for that ball again. But no, it's played different. It's towards the back post, and that's gone all the way over for a goal kick to Galway. So yeah, that's two corners from the left-hand side that you've seen. It's O'Malley playing it back to O'Brien, who's dropping it in towards the back of the back of the goal. I presume hoping that one of the City players will get their head in it.
Yeah.
Carmagan. Left foot and picked up in the middle by the Burka, who plays
Great
it
ball.
up.
Handball.
Looks like the hand was up. The referee hasn't seen anything, and well defended by Foley, who plays it back, but closed down by Galway. And the referee is calling for the throw to go back a small bit.
As you said, the wind is definitely playing a factor in the bounce of the ball there. Went a little bit short there to Ciara McNamara, and she was lucky.
Well, one in the air by McCarthy, and it's a throw in again. Knievy gets up and wins the header, controlled by McCarthy under pressure from distance, and it's gone out for another throw. Knievy now with the throw in for Galway. And the Burka slightly, may have felt a few studs from Dring there, but it's Brennan now on the left. Puts it in, and it's over the top, and O'Brien gets a foot to it and clears it away. And still under pressure, Burke. Small bit of a call from someone there.
Yeah.
But
I think she was
Daniel
expecting
Burke
Maria to come out for that one.
clean it up, and O'Malley back for McNamara, and out right for Foley under pressure from Galway. And Liston picks it up now for Noonan. It's a first time ball over the top, and that's watched by Budden. 36 minutes gone. Still 0-0 here at Bishopstown on a beautiful day. If you can hear teeth chattering, I apologise. There's nothing wrong with the sound of your YouTube stream. They are just genuinely teeth chattering. They'll have to get us a cup of soup, I think.
Definitely. Once it's not raining, Damien, we're okay, I think.
So throw in for City. Noonan coming deep looking for that, and there's a first time ball over the top. Again, all the way back to the keeper. And the wind, I suppose, behind City, if they're trying to play a long ball over, it seems to be going back to Budden every time.
Yeah, I always say it. I think sometimes you're better off playing with the wind. You know, it just holds up that little bit more. You see it there, the ball is running on that little bit much, and that's why I think Cork City need to start playing a little bit more to the feet, because when they do it very well. I don't think that long ball is working.
And it's Brennan now, and O'Brien will clear it. McCarthy couldn't win the header, and Abellano winning it. And Keneally just getting to the ball ahead of Liston. Had Liston got the touch on that, I think she would have had a nice open run against the goal, but it was one. Liston with a nice touch. And Keneally kicking it into the middle. Bit of a hopeful ball. And again, the long ball, as you can see, all the way back to Galway's keeper, who's a bit out from her goal now and kicks it long. De Burke now playing on the right hand side, so there's definitely been a change in the formation, not the formation, but the players for Galway who have changed what they have started at. With Keneally obviously coming off to the left, De Burke now seems to have gone to the right.
You see that Galway are actually good at mixing it up a little bit, you know. I mean, even starting from Amanda Budden, she's playing it out either sides, you know. It's not the same thing every time, which is good to see.
Falling out with the ball again. Looking for Abellano, who's got the
ball.
run. She got the run. Oh. Okay, she had the run on Cormacan, but Budden was fast out of her goal and puts it out for a throw-in. Haven't seen much from Abellano yet, but that's the type of ball she likes to run onto.
She does, yeah. Give her space, you know. She loves to run on. She's great pace. She loves getting in behind the defence.
She did have that chance at the very start, and after that, then she did put Budden under pressure for another one. So it was nice to see her getting a run there. So Foley with the throw. And it's picked up by Cormacan, who just hits it clear. Liston now getting to the ball before Turrentine and playing it back to McNamara. Who's the left foot pass through the middle, and it's picked up by McCarthy now. All the way back to O'Sullivan in goal. He picks it up. So one behind her, kicking it long for Noonan with great control for Liston, and a 1-2 for Noonan, who now has the ball in the middle. And she looks up. Abellano just slightly in front of Abellano, what the Galway defenders could get to, and it's gone back. You can hear Ronan Collins shouting reset, I think.
Yeah, that's literally just getting back into position and getting them set up again.
To avoid any attack from Galway. Cormacan now being put under pressure by Abellano again. Good pressure from Abellano, and a step up from Brennan, and Foley read that one well. Back from McNamara, who hits it long, looking for Liston, and it's gone out for another Galway throw-in. Captain Cormacan again, headed clear by Foley. Throw-in to Cork City.
Cormacan actually looks very composed on the ball for such a young girl. I think herself and Fox have been doing excellent in the centre-half pairing this year.
Foley with a mistake, and it's picked up by Brennan on the left. She's facing McNamara, she goes to the inside, but Foley absolute
recovery.
determination to go back and win the ball. And that's what you want to see from a
Yeah.
player. They lose the ball, they try their hardest to
Fantastic
get back.
recovery from Sarah, and you know, you'll get that from her all day long. She has an unbelievable engine. As I said earlier, she'll get up and down that wing all day long.
I'm tired just looking at her.
Yeah.
Torrentine now playing it back to Kenevi. He sends it into the middle, and it's one in the air, and O'Mahony picks it up, but it's blocked. O'Brien here in the call, letting Burke clear it, and it's back to the Galway defenders. Fox. Walsh and McCarthy couldn't quite get to that. Noonan with a first-time ball through, comes off the back of it. Ibana, who turns at the inside. Oh. Noonan in the box, playing it back for O'Mahony and O'Brien. Cork City now starting to play a small bit of keep ball there for the last few minutes. Oh, looked like a fair tackle.
Yeah. Thought she won the ball.
The referee has decided it is a free kick to Galway. Very close for Abilano. The ball came through and it just kind of kicked off the back of her. She would have been one-on-one with the keeper.
Yeah. You
So
know,
again,
you mentioned there about Cork City trying to keep the ball there the last few minutes. I think this is vital for Cork City because, as we said earlier, Galway are very tough, very hard to break down. So you're going to have to, Cork City are going to have to be patient in that final third. Keep passing the ball around and just wait for that gap to open.
Passing. It's well read by Kenevi, who now, and again, the bounce of the ball confusing Foley. But Kenevi kept ploughing on.
Yeah. I think Sophie probably should have moved to the ball there. I'm not too sure whether, since she had got that yellow card, whether she's just been that little bit cautious in the challenge, because to be fair to her, she's a player that goes in full 100% every challenge. But
the key with the shot, and it's cleared away by Dring as far as Noonan, who's been put under a bit of pressure by McCarthy. Again, the physical presence of McCarthy. Foley just misplacing her pass and is closed down by McCarthy, but nothing came of it. And back to O'Sullivan, who clears it out wide to O'Brien to pick up with a bit of space. Under control from O'Brien as she runs forward. She's got Dring on the outside of her. Abilano in the middle. She goes for Abilano now with a step over, but it's taken away from her by De Burka in the middle now. And O'Brien with the ball for Dring. Tries to play a 1-2 for Noonan, and it's cleared away again by Fox up as far as Thompson. McKeena with lots of space in the middle. He got on the run on the outside by Torrentine, who picks up the ball, and she's looking at the back. You got one player in the box. She's gone up for it. Thompson with the header. Seemed to get a bit of a knock from the goalkeeper, but the referee and the
look,
again,
you know,
slightly misjudged in the air by Cork City.
Yeah, as we said, you know, the win that ball, but you know, Maria O'Sullivan had every right to come out for that ball there.
I can hear someone there shouting 50-50 ball.
Yeah, it was, to be honest. You know, Maria had to come out for that. I mean, as we said, the drop of the ball there with the wind, it's, you know, but
wind? What wind?
You know, we spoke earlier about the centre-half pairing at Galway that have been excellent this season, and just a note on Cork City's Danielle and Ciara, you know, they work well together, and to be fair, you know, defensively they've been doing really well.
The two, so Fox and Carmichael at the back, they seem to be, they've got a much far better height advantage, I think, as well. They're quite tall.
Yeah.
Now, from here they're very small, but I know in real life they're a bit taller than that. You know.
Yeah. With Ciara McNamara and Danielle Burke, I think, you know, they've worked so well together. They've been playing together for so long.
For a couple of years, yeah.
They do have a great understanding of one another. At times, I do feel, as we said, I like to see them playing out from the back. At times, I do feel both of their distribution maybe could be a little bit better, because when they do play out from the back and play to feet, they do it excellently, but just do that a little bit more rather than that long high ball, because when we do that, it kind of comes back onto them just as
Foley
just
was
as
pushed
quick.
upfield. I know Brennan has a lot of space on the left-hand side. And that should be off Sullivan, who picks it up. nice and easy. I said ploughing on will ago. I don't think you'd ever get much ploughing on in a
No,
football commentary
definitely
match
not,
before.
Damien, no.
So there you go, there's a first. If you heard it earlier on, ploughing on.
Drive on, maybe.
Ploughing on. So long ball, dealt with easy by Galway. Carmackin now for Fox, who's looking for in the middle for De Burka. Being put under pressure by O'Mahony, but nice play for Brennan, and you got Kenevi now making a run on the wing. Galway now starting to come into it a small bit more, especially on this left-hand side. Thrown to Galway.
Excuse me.
Maeve De Burka using all already. So Maeve De Burka, 40 appearances for Ireland. By far probably one of the most experienced players on the pitch today.
Definitely, without a doubt. And such a lovely person as well. I know Maeve well, and just a great footballer, a great person, and great to have here with Galway because she holds the ball up excellently, and she's another Saoirse Noonan gets a lot of players involved, which is great to see.
Very experienced. She's played, started off with Salt Hill, played in, I think she played in Boston, Norway, Sweden, and then back to Galway. She was part of the 2007.
Oh.
As I speak, it's Brennan with the ball, and I think she would have. Think she would have done better there. The ball just seemed to bounce up just as she hit it and kicked it over.
Yeah, Danielle Burke would be delighted to see that go over. To be fair to her, it's probably the only mistake she's made in the game so far.
So again, the two defenders split apart. If Maria Sullivan wants to just play it at the back, but it looks like she's going to go a bit longer this time. Out left for Dring, who's put under pressure at the back by Walsh, and now you've got Savannah McCarthy in the middle driving it, but well won by O'Mahony and Noonan now. She's got two runners with her, one on the left, Dring, and that's who she looks for. Dring now with a bit of space in the back. You've got two people in the box, and she plays it back for O'Mahony even, and that's held well by Budden. As I was saying, so Maeve De Burka, well, before that shot, part of the 2007 winning FAI team. So Galway League ladies in 2007 won the FAI Cup before. It was all rebranded in 2011. And that's half time. It's 0-0 here at Bishopstown. And so what do you think so far?
I suppose it's what we expected, Damien, close game. I think, Cork City were probably the best chance of the game there was just Galway there in the end. Shauna Brennan, she probably should have scored there, so Cork City will be lucky, will be delighted with that. But other than that, I think Cork City have played well. They've passed the ball well, haven't created a whole lot, but we didn't expect that with Galway's defence. And as I said earlier, they're just going to need patience in that final third, play the ball around and try keep possession and hopefully break them down.
You've had a lot of play on the right hand side, obviously, with Liston and Foley. Christina Dring hasn't seen much of the ball out to the left. No,
she hasn't, and it's just that type of game, and I'm not too sure whether that will even change in the second half, whether you'll still I'd continue the way they're playing Cork City, down the right seems to be where they're kind of more of a threat, and hopefully that they will end up causing more threat to Galway in the second half.
So we'll be back in around 5 minutes time, I think, to look at the second half and have a bit more of a chat in the Cork City match versus Galway today. So we will be back in 5. Are we going to put on the adverts? What's that? We don't have... Okay. Well, if you're looking to advertise the next time, you can give us a shout. So we'll see you in 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Where's the screen, Anthony? Oh, this one here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
3, 4.
Good. Will you join us back for the second half here at Bishopstown between Cork City FC and Galway? It's 0-0. I would like to say that I will try not to mention the weather at any time for the second half. So for the second half, no mention of the weather.
And try get Becky's surname right, Cassin.
Cassin, I have that. Okay, so
Two
I've been
things.
given out to that. I've been given out to by a few people. As you can see, the teams are coming back onto the pitch. So I don't think there will be any changes. It doesn't look like that. Just a few bit of useless information. There's been 18 matches between Cork City and Galway. Galway have won 10 of them. Cork City have won 6, and there's been 2 draws. At the moment, there is a draw here. So that's a bit of useless information for you, Barbara.
Yeah. As we said, you know, they're 2 teams that have always been kind of close enough in battles anyway. And as you can see from the first half today, that's the way it is. You know, I think there's going to be very little between the sides. Maybe a goal or 2. That's about it.
So they are coming out. It doesn't look like any changes in the Galway team. They're going into a bit of a huddle.
And I wouldn't expect any changes in the Cork City.
You reckon both teams are just going to go at it as they were for the second half, as they were in the first half? The midfield battle at the moment, Savannah McCarthy really probably one of the outstanding players in the middle for Galway. Do you think Ronan might be looking at maybe
I think there's a great battle between herself and Saoirse Noonan, to be fair. You know, both of them are well able to give it. I can't say which one is getting the better of the other because both of them are actually doing well. Saoirse's holding the ball up very well. Savannah has had periods where she's bursting through, you know.
But she did have that shot as well, which was
great shot, you know. And as I said, you have to put the challenge in early on Savannah because she is going to burst through and she is going to draw you forward. And as I said, she'll shoot from anywhere as well.
Right, well, we're going to go back up to the area, which is quite warm actually. It's fine. There's no no mention of the weather. If you ever join on YouTube, you join to Fans Voice TV. And welcome along to the Women's National League match between Cork City and Galway. Second half just about to get underway. And there are no changes in either team. Couple of high fives at the back, and Abelano will kick this one off. Assistant refs getting into position, and I think we are good to go. The ref blows, and Cork City kick playing from right to left. Straight away back to O'Sullivan. And again, Noonan and McCarthy having a nice little tussle in the middle. And Savannah now with the ball, looking for McKee, but just a small bit too long for her. And O'Brien with the throw in for Cork City. Didn't see much of Dring in the first half. She's into action already. Noonan now being chased down, and she gets away and tries to play the through ball, but it's picked up, and now it's Turrentine out wide for Brennan. Put under pressure well by Foley, and now Turrentine picks up the ball. It's a free kick. Bit of a push on Brennan by Foley, and a free ball to Galway. There are, of course, other matches on today. Treaty and Shells, UCD against Wexford Youths, and Bows against Athlone. I don't have the results of them at the moment, but you do know if results. We're going to keep it as a surprise. If results go City's way, and they pick up a win here today, they will move into second place ahead of Shells if Shells drop some points against Treaty. O'Brien doing well to keep that in, but just loses her footing. And it's played forward now. McKee with a lot of space. And a bit of a mix up there. She looked like Thompson was going to run, but I think Thompson ran the other way. And McKee played it down, and it's just picked up nice and easy by O'Sullivan, who does have the wind against her. And I will just say that's the last mention of any weather.
That's why I'd be hoping Maria now will start to play the ball out from defence. I think is more important in this half, that we keep the ball on the deck. As you see there, hitting those long high balls up, it's just going to come back onto you just as quickly.
Well controlled by O'Mahony there with a lovely first touch, bringing the ball under control, but it was cleared by Galway, and now it is a free kick with a push to the back.
It was soft, I think.
On O'Mahony by Thompson. Brennan trying to close down O'Sullivan, who chips it over, and now it's Zara Foley bringing the ball forward. She's got a lot of space here, no one come to close her, but there is someone to close her down now, and Liston now on the outside, playing it back in for Foley, just slightly overhit, and Savannah McCarthy tidying up in the middle.
You would have probably liked just to see Zara Foley there, maybe overlapping Sophie Liston at that stage.
Didn't see much of that in the first half.
No, it kind of opened up there for her to do that, but she took a different option.
A loose ball in the middle, picked up by Cassin.
Well done, Damien.
And again, nicely tidied up by Cassin, who is doing pretty well in the middle today. Really tidying up the ball, the loose balls. She seems to kind of.
Yeah, she's playing a little bit deep. She's playing a bit deep, but it's working for her. She's breaking up a lot of play there, as you said.
Nice header by Walsh to win the ball for Galway, and now it's played back, and Walsh again picks it up and plays it back. But it's a very sharp ball. Ebelano again using her pace, but Fox experience and strength just winning there. And now Saoirse Noonan with the ball. I
didn't think the whole ball was off the line there, but Michelle O'Neill, she's an experienced official, and
very sharp ball. You can see again Ebelano with the pace that she's got again, chasing that down. Very tough for the Galway defence there, but just shouldered out of it by Fox in the end.
Yeah, it's important that Lauren Ebelano stays high up and on the last defender, because she will be there for pace.
She is trying to play off the shoulder of the last defender, yeah. O'Brien looking for someone to support her, and Noonan and McCarthy again with that's a really good battle in the middle.
It is. I think, at times there Savannah is leaving maybe the elbow or the hand in at times, something I probably am guilty of doing myself, I would imagine people would think, but it's
that's how it is. Green getting the call from Noonan down the left with a nice touch on the inside. Plays it into the middle. It's a lovely ball. It drops the Liston. And it done again.
It's a pity. We should have done better there. Superb play there by Saoirse Noonan on the left. Great to get past the defender, and great ball in. We should really be doing better in the box. At times, I think, when you have more time on the ball, Sophie Liston there, they do better under pressure at times.
I think it's Therese Kenevi who's getting some attention at the moment. And it's a substitution.
So we've Laura Shine coming on now.
Laura Shine, a bit of a super sub.
Yeah, Laura has been excellent. She's come off the bench, I think, 7 times this season, and she scored. I think she's 3 goals, and this is probably a substitution that we would have expected as well. It's kind of what Ronan has been doing.
Laura Shine, ex-Wilton player.
Yeah, she was with Wilton up to this year. Only 16 years of age, huge talent, and I think this will suit Laura's type of game, because Laura, like Lauren, great pace but also great burst. So I think she'll
straight into trying to close down Fox on the ball, and she plays it to Turntine, who's under massive pressure, and now Shine picks up the ball. O'Mahony looking for Dring on the outside, but fantastic control by McKee, and back in Galway's possession, and now McKee again in the middle. It's picked up by McCarthy, who plays a ball looked like it was going to no one, but it's cleared away by O'Brien. And a bit of a loose ball in the middle. And Brennan back to Kennevy, who's put under pressure by Liston and gone out for a throw ball to Galway.
That change made us a little bit earlier than what I expected with Laura, but
It's 5-0 to Shells at the moment, actually.
really,
And Wexford Youths are winning 1-0. And both are also 1-up. So Shelburne winning 5-0 at the moment against Treaty, which will mean that Shells will finish in second place on 19 points. Wexford Youths winning as well, which means if things stay the way, it'll go to goal difference. Wexford have a
Cork
game
City,
in hand
yeah.
still against Galway, I think.
they do, yeah, that's due to be played, I think, in 2 weeks.
Back to the action here.
Great run by Zara.
Lovely run by Foley. And Torrentine now with the space that's left from Foley's run with lots of room to do something. She plays down the line, but lovely covering. Absolutely fantastic covering by Casson, who plays it back to McNamara, who hits it upfield, and it's loose in the middle, picked up on McCarthy, gets it under control, plays the ball through, and Brennan is onside here. She's got, again, she gets a ball in, it's well blocked. Well blocked down and cleared away by McNamara, who plays it up, and O'Mahony now has the
This
run.
is a ball now that Laura Shane would love to run onto.
She's watching her run. You got a run on the outside by Dring, who just cuts on the inside, cuts into the middle, onto her right, and well defended by Aoife Walsh. And O'Mahony under pressure. A bit of a, I think it might have been maybe a shot there, actually.
Yeah.
But blocked, and it's gone out for a throw. So, what do you make of the second half so far?
It's good. It's Cork City have come out and they're attacking right from the start, which is good to see. As I said, the substitution, I didn't expect Lauren to be replaced so early, but it's still a great choice with Laura on. As I said, she's a great burst and a great pace about her, and you see that she wants to be on the ball the whole time.
Was a very early substitution. Do you think maybe Lauren picked up maybe?
Yeah, we didn't see it. Didn't look like it. So that's why I was surprised so early. But
well, I suppose after over a year out, maybe it's a case of making sure keeping our energy and stuff like that. Cork City don't have a match until the 31st of October. Actually, so they've got a bit of a break. Internationals next week, Ireland versus Ukraine, and probably a must-win match, I think.
Yeah.
So they'll go to the Ukraine. Ukraine have a game in hand over Ireland as well. So you've got they will play. The way the table is looking basically is, I mean, if Ireland win, then they'll face Germany as well after that.
Yeah. It's great to have two Cork girls involved as well, Denise and Megan Connolly. Denise O'Sullivan and Megan Connolly.
Both playing with Brighton and Hova Albion. Who also have, they signed Rihanna Jarrett in this last year as well. So it's knocked into the box by Kaysen at the edge of the box and is cleared away with a header and picked up by Burke, who hits it into the middle, and now Liston and blocked again. 3 blocks over Megan de Burke, a fantastic block there, and now Dring has space. She's looking for O'Mahony at the edge of the box. Been really high, been hounded back up by Carmackin, who plays to O'Brien, who plays a long ball into the box and into the hands of Budden. As we were saying, there's 9 women's National League players in the squad, the Irish squad, with 5 of those coming from Piedmont, 3 from Shelburne and 2 from Wexford Youths.
Yeah, which is fantastic to see, really, and it just shows the standard and the level of standard in the Women's National League.
Piedmont having obviously the majority share of that. So throw into Galway. It's Brennan now, been put under a small bit of pressure by Liston. She turns her well. McCarthy with a bit of space and playing a long ball over the top. Maria Sullivan decided not to come for that, but McNamara shepherding it out and put under pressure. And the referee is saying it's a goal kick to Cork. So playing from
Oh.
the back, will put under pressure, and it's
Shoot.
dropped. Oh, it hits the crossbar. Bit of confusion at the back, and it's gone out. Oh, the referee is flagging for offside on that one.
A bit risky
but
there,
again, trying
Ciara
to play it from the
McNamara.
back, and a small bit of confusion.
You know, as much as we like to see you playing out of the back, I think that might have been a little bit risky there when Galway had 3 players up top.
Again, they're playing from the back. It's dropped to McKee, puts it into the box, and that is a goal. Lindsay McKee with, again, they're playing from the back, and it just seems to have cost them this time. And Lindsay McKee puts Galway 1-0 up.
Yeah, disappointing really from Cork City, you know. I mean, they had just got away with it. Ciara McNamara trying to play it out, and 3 Galway strikers in on top of her, and they got away with it. But then to do the same thing a second later, a bit disappointing. I don't think Ronan Collins will be too happy about that.
And they were hoping there was an offside. You could see the hands up, but the assistant ref keeping her flag down this time. And that is Cork City 0, Galway 1. Lindsay McKee continuing her form to get her 5th goal of the season. And now Cork City need to pull something from this. It's a free ball to Cork City to be taken by Cassin. No, she leaves it for McNamara. Okay. And you had just said about playing from the back, and again they continue to do it, and it just cost them this time.
Yeah. I mean, you know, as I said, I'd be all for playing football and trying to play it out from the back, but there's at times when
Sometimes
you just have to get it out of there. And especially, as I said, Galway were really pressing there, and they had 3. So it's just a bit unlucky now for Cork City at the moment.
Again, it's another free kick. I think that had been a couple of things. McCarthy seemed to have left a foot in there once. There's a substitution now for Galway.
Yeah, I think it's kind of consistent fouling there by Galway now.
It's a
the last few
treble
minutes.
substitution from Galway. So we will see a couple of changes. Aoife Walsh, I think, coming off.
Therese Canavy.
And Jamie
Maybe.
Turrentine to be replaced by Mullins, Lina,
And Lucia
and
Labato.
Lucia Labato. Do you know much about them?
Lucia Labato, I think she's just back from the States, as far as I know. She's a former international as well. You know, Galway are a very young side, but as I said, you know, they're still experienced. There's a lot of internationals there, and they're experienced. They're playing at an elite level.
I will say thanks very much to Billy Cleary for making the 3 subs. So I know I need to try and work. And Savannah not hearing the call from Budden to leave it, and it's gone out for a throw. It's a corner to be taken by O'Mahony on the right hand side, so you're looking at an in swinger. Again, it's a zonal marking with Shine putting pressure on the Budden this time. Punched away by Budden, only as far as Burke on the outside of the box, who's looking well closed down by Mullins actually. But picked up a loose ball, picked up by Liston, who takes the shot, and that's just gone wide. Washed wide by Budden.
Credit to Galway, you know, they close really quickly and they press really quickly, which is, you see there, Danielle Burke having very little time on the ball. I think Cork City do need to move it that little bit quicker because they are being pressed fairly quick.
It did look like she had a lot of time actually, and by the
Yeah.
time the ball had come to her and she got it under control, Galway were literally on top of her.
So I think we said at the start of the game, you know, that Galway kind of set up similar to Bows and that kind of 4-1-4-1 formation, but you would be expecting Galway to be kind of more aggressive in the attack and in the press, and they have shown that they are exactly that.
De Burke on the outside, and McKee picks it up, and no one was running there. She might have heard a call, but it didn't happen in the end, and it's picked up for a Cork City ball. Kicked out by O'Sullivan, looking for Dring, but won by Lina. I hope I have the pronunciation of that one right. McCarthy for McKee. A lot of space open up there actually, but Noonan picks it up and she drives forward with the ball. Good run with her. She's got good control. Been past Cormac in and cleared by Fox. Great run by Noonan. And another corner ball. O'Mahony coming over to this side. It's time to take a corner kick. Shine again, sticking quite close to Button on the goal line, and a couple of Cork City players on the edge of the box. They're trying that one again. It's back to O'Brien, who saw two of them in the first half. And O'Mahony steps back out. Left-footed cross in. Great ball in. Getting up. And I think it may have come off the Galway defender in the head. Christina Dring couldn't get at it. And that's into Galway's keeper's hands. Big kick upfield. And that's going to go all the way back to Maria O'Sullivan, who rolls it out to Danielle Burke, who's been going to be put under pressure by McKee. And that's a nice play to get out of that. O'Brien. Ball won just before Natalie could kick it by Mullins. And it's going to be a free kick with McCarthy stepping over it. Mullins is holding her hand actually. She may have got a bit of a kick there during that.
We saw there again, Damien, with Natalie O'Brien on the ball, probably thinking that she had a lot of time again, and closed down very quickly by Savannah McCarthy.
And do you think that's something that Billy Cleary has said, that he may have noticed that Cork City, they maybe trying to take their time a small bit, and he's told them to close it down quicker?
Yeah, I definitely would, because to be fair to Cork City, they do take their time. They look for that, maybe a better option or whatever. But I think today they're taking that little bit extra out of it, that they don't have that time, because Galway are closing them down. They are pressuring that press. So I think Cork City need to, be aware of that and move the ball that little bit quicker. And all it might take is just a little shout from somebody behind them.
So be hoping that run on is after spotting that, and he's telling the players to be a small bit quicker.
Yeah.
So free kick to Galway. Mullins looks okay to come on. Savannah McCarthy stepping over and drops it towards the back of the box, and there's someone unmarked at the back. Oh my! Just over from.
I think that was Cormac on the back.
But completely unmarked. Maybe the ball, maybe the bounced and they didn't see it, but it was a bit loose. And it will be a corner ball, so someone got a touch on that to put it wide. So corner kick, swung in, and it comes off the head, possibly of Lobato, but no, it's brought forward, and it looks like it looks like Christina Dring was just dragged to the ground as they were running.
Yeah. I think the referee Claire Purcell tried to play advantage, but good call back in the end.
Noonan for Dring, who's back to the goal and being hustled well. And again, Savannah McCarthy again coming away with it, but the referee has called back for probably a knocked on head. I do apologise if you heard some lively, colourful language there as well. We have no control over what the crowd say.
I'm surprised actually that the referee called that back. Savannah McCarthy would be disappointed she was gone with the ball there. And
so, hot ball. Left-footed cross out wide, and it's a good header on. But Maria Sullivan making a good call, letting McNamara leave it go back to her, and we'll kick it long. Good header in the air by Cormac, and Mullins playing it out left for Brennan to chase down. And I think Zara Foley just leaves that go out for a goal kick. So we have got 23 minutes gone in the second half here. It is Galway 1, Cork City 0 in the Women's National League Series 9. Danielle Burke just getting her left and she's going to be closed down by McKee and possibly rush that one. Throw ball to be taken by Lina. Nice touch by McKee, who turns on the inside of O'Brien with a ball into the box, and it was cleared by Burke only as far as Mullins. Saoirse Noonan picking up the ball with a ball down, and this is one for Laura Shine to run onto. Cuts on the inside. She's got Liston was pointing for the ball, but she's decided to go for a shot, and that is over wide and a goal kick to Galway. Do you see any other changes that Ronan Collins might be looking to make as he chases the match?
He could maybe change around the middle area. I'm just thinking we haven't really got on the ball a whole lot in the middle.
The midfield does seem to be kind of dominated small, but
it's probably in favour of you, Damien, that you don't have to mention Cassie as much this half. I don't think she's gotten on the ball, and that's nothing against her. The ball has just not come through the middle. You could maybe see Kate O'Donovan being introduced there.
Burke under a bit of pressure again, and the closing out from Galway really putting the Cork City players under pressure. But she did well and comes out with it back for Ava O'Mahony, who plays it to O'Brien, and again under pressure from the Galway team, and McKee wins it back. But now Cassin, lovely touch around Lina, but goes out for a throw ball.
Galway are playing a lot down the right now as well, and Lindsay McKee seems to be getting on the ball a lot more than she did in the first half.
Do you think that's something that Billy Cleary might have seen, possibly a bit of maybe a weakness in Cork City on that side, or is it just that?
Well, I suppose we've kind of harsh enough to say for Natalie because she didn't get out. There wasn't a whole lot of play over that side in the first half, but as we can see in the second half, Natalie is under a small little bit of pressure back there. But one thing is for sure from Natalie, having played with and against her, Natalie is an excellent player who will always give you 100% commitment and
getting on the goal sheet last week.
Exactly, yeah.
So middle of the box is picked up by Maeve de Burka, who's been quite enough actually, and she's dropped back into the middle here now. And this is one of the substitutes. Mullins losing out, and Noonan can run with it. Lovely ball on the outside for Liston to run onto. She's got Claire Shine. Claire Shine.
Laura Shine.
Laura Shine possibly should have.
I think Sophie, when she saw that Laura had drifted out right, it was an opportunity for Liston to actually come inside and go herself. If she hadn't given it early, she should have cut in maybe and gone herself.
The wrong Shine.
Yeah.
But an ex-Cork City player, Claire Shine.
Exactly.
Nice ball.
And just a note on Laura Shine earlier when we mentioned a former Wilton player, she also started her soccer with Blarney. So credit to Blarney as well, because she did start out there and spent many years there.
Nice ball over the top. Well watched by Burke, who puts it out for a corner ball. Now Sullivan's coming up, but she was tracking back, so well read. And Thompson really putting pressure on the front as well. So, corner kick to be taken by Brennan. Corner to be taken. Let's put in low, and Comes of nothing. Some of the Galway
Goal
players
kick.
looking for a corner. The referee decides that's a goal kick. And it looks like they're not splitting the two centre backs at the back anymore. It looks like it's more direct now.
Yeah.
Played forward for Shine to chase down, but well read by Carmichael. Nice control by O'Mahony. Some of the Galway players looking for a high leg, but that's just ignored. But now it's brought forward. McKee. Lovely run. It's Labato with a good run, but couldn't get the return ball from McKee. And Brennan just couldn't get that under control, but it's gone out for a Galway throw ball to be taken by Lucia Labato. Going to have another substitution for Cork City in a few minutes as well.
Nadine. We're going to see Nadine Seward come on for Sophie
Looks like
Liston.
Sophie Liston's coming off. Nadine Seward, can you tell us about her?
Great player. She's one of 6 actually under 17 that have come up from the under 17 team last year. Great player. Normally plays around the middle or can play up front, or she's very versatile, to be fair to her. Great and likes to run at opposition. A
So
good,
just exactly what
great
they're looking
finisher
for at
as
the
well.
moment.
Yeah.
The average age of the city team today is actually 20, just under 21.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're-
amazing, really. I mean, if you look, they have 6 under 17s from last year, and Nadine Seward, Leah Murphy, Jessie Mendes, Abby McCarthy, Lauren Walsh and Lauren Singleton, and all have really contributed this season, and so the experience they'll gain alone.
Oh, lovely ball, lovely control by McKee. Put it on for Thompson.
Oh.
And that looks like
Challenge.
it
from
looks
behind.
like it's a foul by
Becky Casson.
Becky Casson, just as Thompson was about to pull the trigger, and she may have just clipped her at the back. And that's going to be a free kick at the very, very edge of the box, which sometimes can be worse. I mean, if it was back out a bit, you see that for free
Yeah.
kicks. This is a yellow card for Becky.
Yeah, I would have thought, to be honest, it looked like that from here that she was slightly just inside the box, to be honest, ready to pull the trigger, but
They're asking the assistant referee over the side what it is, and she's standing. She is standing just inside the box, just inside. If you could visualize this, she's standing literally across,
Yeah.
and just outside the box. So it is going to be a free kick. So Thompson just getting a small bit of attention and treatment.
it was a lovely piece of play by Galway there, and you could see if she pulled the trigger there, could have been worrying for Cork City.
So yeah, some of the Galway players still saying that might have been inside the box, but the referee is saying it is going to be a free kick. So Savannah McCarthy says she's going to go. Oh no, McKee is stepping over as well. There's a few. McCarthy is placing the ball where she wants it.
Yeah, I think Savannah would love to have a go at this. It's in her range, and she will definitely want to strike off this.
So we've got the left foot of McCarthy, or the right foot of the Burka. It is going to be McCarthy. Well, Wall did his job. It is cleared out, but picked up again by Labato. That's a nice shot, but easy for the keeper. And now Cork City need to start thinking about getting the attack on, as they are 1-0 behind. O'Sullivan kicks it up, and again it's Noonan versus McCarthy in the middle. Noonan coming out on top this time with a header, but Christina Dring couldn't get it under control. It's back for Fox, who's just played it too far for Lena. O'Brien looking for someone, and Line of falling over. It seems to be fair. Chino on the outside of the box. Offside.
I don't know where Trevor Cotter.
The ball
Seeing that from.
The ball looked like it was played straight across.
Yeah.
But I don't know. An offside decision has been given. We got more substitutes for Galway. So leaving the pitch is Maeve de Burka to be replaced by. So leaving the pitch, Burka and
Shauna Brennan. So Shauna Brennan and Maeve de Burka off.
I think it's Chloe Singleton came. I think Chloe Singleton came on.
Yeah, Chloe Singleton is on, and 12 is it?
Hopefully, yeah. Need to check my team
12.
sheet for that. Anyway,
O'Flaherty is on.
Flaherty, was
Shauna
it?
Flaherty, I think, yeah.
Shauna Flaherty. So the Wexford Youths are still winning 1-0. Shell's still winning 5-0, and it's still 1-0 to Bows at the moment in the other three matches in the Women's National League today. Of course, next week sees, it's a long ball over the top.
Oh.
McKee is onto it. And it looks like a mix between a cross and a shot.
Yeah, I think McKee probably just picked the wrong option there. You would have imagined that she would have gone herself and just outside the 6-yard box that she'd have a crack off that.
Next week, of course, the next round is the playoffs, and you would have seen the groups. It's Peamon, Shells, Cork, Wexford Youth, and Galway, and the other group then of Treaty, UCD, Athlone and Bows. All those matches will be taking place from the 31st of October.
Yeah, I think Cork City are free in the first week, so
They
they're
have
away
no-
to Shells in the second week. Is that right?
Yes, sorry, the matches are, Cork City's first match is against Shells on the
Yeah.
31st, and then they'll play Peamont on the 14th of November, followed by Wexford Youth on the 22nd of November, and Galway on the 5th of December.
Yeah, all tough games there, and you have the cup semi-final in between those.
So it's Cork City 0, Galway 1. If you've just joined us, Becky winning the ball and playing it back, but it seems to be a small bit of confusion. Thompson's onto this and well blocked by O'Sullivan, but it's dropped back by Singleton, but a great save by O'Sullivan to deny Singleton her third goal of the season. And it will be a corner ball to Galway, as we have 35 minutes gone, so 10 minutes, around 10 minutes for Cork City to try and get something from this. But at the moment, it does seem to be all Galway.
Yeah, they seem to be playing with a lot of confidence here, and they've been kind of dominating kind of a little bit through the middle.
So corner to be taken by Lindsay McKee, who of course is got the goal. Noonan trying to get the beat on that, but it's falling for McKee, but closed down by Zara Foley for a throw ball to Galway. Throw taken and well read by Christina Dring as Galway move up the touchline for another throw in. Lina takes this, a long ball, and we've got a clash actually. Two players just bumped into each other. They look to be okay. The ref has called for attention as it is possibly a head injury.
I think they're okay. I think they just turned into each other. Dring and Flaherty.
So Sullivan with the ball in her hands as City really need to try and get something, do something just differently to get that goal, but it's played back and it's a rushed clearance only as far as Lobato, who tries a shot from long range, but easily held by O'Sullivan. Plays it out for Danielle Burke. Oh, a bit of indecision from O'Sullivan and closed down by Thompson, but gets away with it. And it is picked up at the back by Lobato again, who gets the better of Seaward and cuts in the middle and on the
Great
outside.
ball.
That's one of our new substitutes, getting the run of McNamara. And what she finishes with the outside of the boot. A great win. It was Lindsay McKee,
Lindsay
actually,
McKee, yeah,
with her
superb
second of the match. It didn't look like she could finish him there, but it seemed to be just a kind of flick on the outside of her boot over O'Sullivan and into the back of the net. And it is Galway women's football 2, Cork City women's 0. And that seems to be it. There are 7 minutes left, I think.
Yeah, I
So
would imagine
Cork
that
City to get something.
Ronan Collins will start to make a few changes now. I think he could do with it and needs to. I think we're struggling a little bit to even get the ball out of their own half. Cork City are.
Again, it all goes back to, I think, the playing it, keeping it short, passing at the back. That's again where the error seemed to happen there again.
Yeah.
Maria O'Sullivan was looking for someone to pass it to short, and she couldn't find someone, and kicked it.
I think too Galway have copped on to that short pass to maybe our 2 centre halves. So. And that's where I think the midfield need to come in and maybe come looking for that short if we're going to continue playing it out from the back.
Well read by Danielle Burke, who brings it forward and closed down by Savannah McCarthy, and it's gone out for a throw into Cork City, which O'Brien will take. Again, looking for someone to come short, give her an option, and Becky Casson eventually giving her that, and back to Casson, who plays on the inside for Shine to pick up. Seaward's
Great
point to where she
ball,
wants
Laura.
it. She's running onto this one. She's got the pace, but well read by Lobato, who puts it out for a corner ball.
Yeah, great ball by Laura Shine. I mean, she had a lot of space in front of her, and I thought that she might actually go with it herself. But superb ball to Nadine and
Lovely ball. So, corner to be taken by O'Mahony. So this time she's gone towards the penalty box. Good header by Casson, and it's into the goal. Yes, that's a goal. Becky Casson. It was nearly cleared on the line, but that is a goal. They've got one back.
Yep, still plenty of time, as I said.
The zonal marking. I mean, you had maybe 7 Galway players in around the 6-yard box, and it's still dropped to a Cork City player on the edge, just outside that.
Crazy, really. I just don't see the understanding behind it. But a great finish by Becky, and I know it took a deflection, but superb header.
They're happy in Wexford at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's Cork City 1, Galway 2, with about 5-6 minutes left to go. And it's picked up by O'Sullivan. And now Ronan Collins is probably telling his players, come on, you can get something from this. Christina Dring put under pressure. Little nudge in the back, but it's okay. McCarthy getting the better of Noonan this time. But it's gone over all their heads and cleared by Fox up as far as... Oh, and that's just left. I think she left the foot in. I think there was nothing meant there.
No.
Referee having a chat. O'Brien with the free kick back to Burke. And
You
straight
see
away,
there Collins encouraging Natalie O'Brien to play to Danielle once again. So, they haven't, they're still not panicking about playing that long ball.
they're sticking to their game plan.
Yeah, exactly.
O'Sullivan with a long ball up looking for Dring, who has a nice touch, but put under a bit of pressure by Lina, and that's a free kick to Cork. Galway gently kicking the ball away so they couldn't take the fast free kick.
Yeah.
Into the final. So we can get my to the final. What have we got?
Still think about 3 or 4 minutes, am I right?
Yeah, about that. And not one mention of the weather or wind in the second
No.
half. Though I can tell
Great
you,
ball. We added the layers at half time, definitely.
Seaward battling well on the right hand side, and it's gone out for a throw ball to Cork City, and now they're starting to. You've still got a couple of minutes. Casing in the middle. So McNamara back to her goalkeeper O'Sullivan, who gives it to Burke, and back to McNamara. So they're still playing out from the back, but it looks like it's working. It's a long ball over the top. Well won in the air, but it's dropped for Saoirse Noonan, who kicks it, and it just lands in front with Dring into the middle to Noonan, who turns. And did she get a knock as she was turning? The referee says no. Casson playing it over, and O'Mahony can run onto this. It's gone out for a goal kick, is what they're saying.
Yeah, I think it was probably the body language of Savannah McCarthy there, standing over Saoirse Noonan, that made the referee's mind up that it wasn't a free in to play on.
So Amanda Button will probably use all her experience to try and slow this one down, possibly.
Definitely, yeah.
So she's the option of playing short if she wants. We're going long. It's over the head of Dring on one. Casson again, back for O'Mahony, who looks for the return but couldn't win it. But it's picked up again by O'Mahony, who gets it well under control. And out here on this side for Dring, tries to go past Mullins, but Mullins stands well, plays it back for Lena, but closed down by Saoirse Noonan for a throw ball to Galway as we enter the final stages of the match. Thrown long, one in the air by Dring, but goes over the head of everyone and back. And now McKee is trying to close down, but Foley and McKee battling shoulder to shoulder over on that side. Well worked by McKee, and again using all her experience.
Yeah. She held the both players off there excellently.
Thompson now being hassled by McNamara, and back from McKee, who plays the 1-2 with Thompson, who's got loads of space on this wing to bring it down into the corner, and she has given away the free kick. Throw ball. Caston for Seaward, for Shine, and the return for Seaward, who can have a bit of a run now. And the ball's gone out for a throw in again. Just couldn't get it under control. And that's not what you want at this time of the match.
No.
I wonder how many footballs are over there now. If you see me, just after the match, I'll be in the bushes finding footballs. It's a throw into Galway. Out on the left. Taking their time with it. McKee just trying to get on the outside, but it's well read by Foley, who does a 1-2 with Casson, but they played it to Lobato. Now it's into the middle. McNamara stops it and clears it just over the head of McCarthy, and it looked like a handball from Carmackin, but refs hasn't said anything. A big call from Cork City with that, but it's okay. Now picked up by Dring, who's a nice battle with McCarthy, and McCarthy has given away a free kick. Saoirse Noonan trying to take the free kick fast, but kicked away, and we've got a small bit of a tussle between a few players. So Saoirse Noonan trying to take the free kick, blocked. I think Mullins kicked the ball away before she could kick it, and now it's back to play. O'Sullivan will play it out this side for O'Brien, who puts the ball over the top and looking for Saoirse Noonan to chase down. Seemed to get a small push in the back by Fox, but it's now Cork City on the attack as we enter the last few minutes. O'Mahony, nice touch back for O'Brien. What's O'Brien going to do? She's looking for a bit of a shot, which seems to have made its way to Shine, but it's cleared away. And now McKee will have the run on Foley. Lovely ball over, and it's making its way through to Aoife for Thompson. Thompson against she's gone in the outside. She cuts back on the left, and here's the call from McKee, who'll have a shot for a hat-trick. Oh, just over the bar, and got a hat-trick a few weeks ago. Maybe had another match ball on her sights, and Cork City take the goal kick very, very fast, even before I realised it was gone.
Lindsay McKee has had a great game, to be fair to her. You know, she's varied up her play a little bit. You know, she knows when to hold it up. She knows when to be greedy with the ball.
So throw in very loose from Singleton, and one back by Mullins. Foley getting her foot to the ball and up into the air, but it looks like Mullins has got it this time and just couldn't get her foot around it for a shot, and that is picked up by O'Sullivan, who launches it out this side, picked up under control by Dring. Lovely touch for Noonan to have a run off line, and she does indeed, but it's well read and cleared by Fox for a Cork City throw as they chase this one down. Shine now, but her back to the goal. Noonan giving her a call on the outside, but Savannah McCarthy winning that and winning the free kick, and the Cork City bench are gone absolutely mad here.
Laura, 16 years of age, to be honest, I thought that was a fair enough challenge. She showed her strength there, and Savannah may just not have been expecting it. To be honest, with the referee today, I thought a few chances like that, you know, challenges. Even on Christina Dring there a few times. Christina has gained a few frees against Savannah, which I probably thought were a little bit harsh, because Savannah's just that little bit stronger than Christina, maybe.
Do you think Savannah knew what she was doing? She knew she felt
Definitely.
the slightest little touch that
Yeah.
you know, she was going to go down. That's experience, and that's how to play. One by Cassin, who plays it back for O'Brien, looking for a run
Good
from
ball by
someone, but
O'Brien.
Ava O'Malley picks up in the middle, and Ava again getting it under control. Nice control back from McNamara, and out at the right back position with Foley, who O'Malley again looking for the ball. Seward now looking for it and getting it under control with a lovely ball back in the middle for O'Malley. O'Malley, lovely little turn and back for Seward, but it's well read by Labato, and that is it, and that is the full-time whistle. Cork City losing by 2-1 by Galway. Yes. So, what do you make of everything today, Barbara?
I suppose second half, fair reflection. I think Galway probably did deserve it. I think Cork City the last 5 or 10 minutes really came into it and started pressing a bit more, but Galway for the second half, I think they pressed that little bit better than Cork City, and they punished Cork City on those little defensive errors, and I do think that they edged it that little bit, and they probably deserved the win in the end.
So these teams will come again face to face with each other in the playoffs in the second phase. They will face each other in it's actually the last match, the 5th of December. Cork City have a tough run in before that.
Yeah.
They also have the cup final. What do you think? What do you think, Ron? Cork City's, you know, what are they hoping for to get out of the rest of the season?
As I said earlier on, Damien, Cork City probably would have headed into the season thinking, you know, 3rd, 4th spot. I do believe now that they should be aiming for that little bit higher. They can be a better side than Galway. They can be. They've proven that they were better than Wexford. I mean, a fantastic game against Wexford, a fantastic result, because in that game, they had to change their game plan because it was more of a real physical game, and they showed that they can put it up to them. So I just think today that Galway kind of outnumber them, as in physically today. I thought Galway were that little bit physical and pushed them off the ball a little bit much, and I think that's where they probably lost it today, to be honest. But other than that, they played some lovely football at times, and they were probably the better side in the first half. But you just have to be a bit more clinical. And
the substitutes seem to, have that little bit extra bite, I think, for Galway up front.
Galway.
He brought on Mullins and even tightened up at the back with Labato and Lina, which I hope I've pronounced the whole game properly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're in Galway and they're cursing me at the moment. And of course,
as we said earlier on, Damien, we couldn't even determine what lineup Galway were going to go with, because Billy Cleary has changed it around in the last few games. So you can see that in the subs as they come on, that they're busting to play well and to do well, and maybe that's the little bit difference in the two teams today. You know what I mean?
Well, they're all doing their warm-downs. I thank you for joining me.
Are you going to join them?
It will be a warm-up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and get possibly an interview with someone from maybe the winning team and the losing team. I don't know whether I'll get that or not, but I thank you very much for joining me on Fans
Thank
Voice
you for
TV
having
today.
me.
It's great to have someone, who knows their stuff next to me as I blab on and you correct me on the pronunciation of surnames. But yeah, do you want to go over and try and get them balls to me, because I'm going to be stuck here?
No bother at all. No bother. Off I go. Thanks a million,
listen,
Damien.
We'll do that there, lad, just in case. Yeah. Okay.
Cheers.
Thanks, Barbara. Thank
No
you very
bother.
much. I'm going to try and get someone there now if I can. Yes, come back this way. I'll try and hold it.
Make sure you hold it at the middle bit of the antennas. Mike's getting old, man. So
keep our 2
one
meters.
sec, not live
Yeah.
yet.
Can you get us in shot there, Anthony? Can you?
I love the jersey, Damo.
Okay,
No
okay,
bias
ball number
whatsoever.
2.
So I'm joined by Ronan Collins, manager of Cork City Women, just after the match. 2-1. What's your thoughts on it?
Probably a fair enough result, to be honest, with the way the game went. I think we started quite well. We were probably quite controlled for the first half an hour, and we needed to make our dominance really pay in that section. And then when we're coming into half-time at 0-all, the way the weather was where it was, we're wanting to play. They pressed us really high. But I suppose then we look at it like that. It's probably we've made a few bad mistakes for their goals. But we rallied then at the end. Maybe we could have got something out of it. But probably the way the second half went, it's a fair reflection.
Absolutely, you were. I would have said you were on top for the first half. A couple of small errors at the back, but I suppose let's try and put a positive on it. Cup semi-final draw was you got Treaty. How are you going to go? How are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, well, I suppose even on today, there's positives to take out of it. Like, Galway are a very good team, and they've come down today to stop us from playing and to play the game in our half and pump it long, because they know how we can play, do you know? And they've done their job really well. They always do that, really well organised. They're in good condition and shape. I would have been really... First half an hour, we haven't played like that against teams that do that. So that was a really good positive step. But now how can we maintain that? And maybe when things don't go that way, how do we react to that and settle ourselves again? So they're learning curves first. Obviously, there's positives in the season now ahead. We've went on a really good run. It's got to stop somewhere. It's today. But the next game is 2 weeks' time. It's a new game. So we've 2 weeks now to kind of settle and prepare. We obviously have the Cup semi-final to look forward to as well. It's great. It's going to be at home. It'll be disappointing there won't be people here, but you know, there's lots of real positives out there.
And so Lauren was taken off very early in the second half. Was that a tactical, or you just wanted to give Laura Shine a run out and maybe change things up front?
Yeah, no, we felt maybe the last 10-15 minutes of the first half and the first 5-10 of the second half, what can we do now to change the game, because we felt they were starting to get a foothold in it. So we're very lucky with the options that we have. Both Lauren, when she starts defensively especially, I thought she did a really good job. She was lucky in the first 5 minutes. She had 2 good chances to give us the lead, and then Laura, though, we know Laura's come off the bench a lot recently and done really well as well to change a game. So that was the thinking.
No problem. Well, listen, the very best of luck. Your next match is against Shells on the 31st of October. You'll have a nice little few weeks off. Hopefully, we did. The other results went today. I think Shells had won 5-0. I think in the end. But I was probably looking at an interview with Maria O'Sullivan. Actually said like the goal this year was to finish in the top half by October 10th. You've reached that goal.
Yeah. Listen, it's game by game though, and I suppose one big thing is results are results. We always look at performance. I know one big thing we were looking at was, for example, second ball today. I thought we did really well on that and points in the game. So it's bringing that consistency with that. If we keep focusing on being better and better, which we've shown this year and last year, we're going to keep moving forward.
Listen, Ronan, best of luck. Thanks very much. I'll just do this with you. Cheers for that. Thank you. Thanks. That's it. I don't think we're going to get anyone else. So I thank you for joining us today on Fans Voice TV. Big thanks to Barbara O'Connell as the co-pundit, the person who knows their stuff, while I just blab on and moan about the weather. Thanks for everyone. I can get Billy Cleary now. Yeah. Okay. Can I get a few words, Billy? Is that all right? So we've decided to grab Billy Cleary, manager of Galway. Good performance today.
Yeah, obviously delighted with the results, and I thought overall we were really comfortable. To be honest, I don't think Cork had an effort on goal in the game, bar the set piece, and we had a good few opportunities that we just didn't take them in the end, and probably should have tacked on another two or three goals, being honest.
We noticed that you probably learned very fast that they were playing the ball out from the back, and there seemed to be a lot more intensity and pressing on the Cork City defence, which obviously led to 2 of your goals. Is that something that you kind of spotted and told about?
Yeah, well, we're lucky enough with the FAI, they've given us the tools to be able to do a lot of video analysis with the teams, and we can view each other's footage, so we know the way they're playing. And obviously Ronan is trying to get their girls to play a certain way, but look, all the teams are trying to play football, and they're all trying to play out from the back, and it's up to the players to make the right decisions at the right time. And look, Aoife, I think she spotted an opportunity once, and Lindsay to press and won the ball high up and got the reward. But I think overall in general play, I think we created umpteen chances as well and had opportunities to score. We just didn't take them, and we were lucky we got rewarded from the high press from the girls for the 2 goals.
Well, look, congratulations, well done. I hope you have a safe journey back anyway. Second phase, you've got your matches coming up. You're going to play Piedmont on the 17th, so you got a couple of days, 2 weeks to prepare for that. How are you hoping? Last time out, 2-1 you lost against Piedmont, so you're hoping to maybe nick something against them this time?
Yeah, look, the last time I think it was, again, very competitive. We took an early lead against Piedmont, and they tacked on 2 goals just before half-time, but we were again in the ascendancy in the second half, and we were unlucky not to come out get a goal and come out with a result. But look at now in the second phase of games, the way they are, look, every game is a cup final, every game it's a 6-pointer. So again, that way is again the importance of today for us to get 3 points to get back into the main group, that we're only a result or 2 within any team, to have a fair reflection on the table. So again, like, no matter who you play in the second round of games, every game is a 6-pointer, and you see yourself, I'm sure Cork have come on a lot in the last couple of years, no more than ourselves have, so it's very important. We want to push on, and I'm sure Ronan and the guys down here have the same goal. We want to break into that top 3, we want to be competitive against them all, and Galway are no different to Cork, and that's the goal for us, to break into that group. And I think we're all capable of beating the Shelburnes, the Peamounts, the Wexfords, but it's they're just used to winning, whereas we're not, and winning is a habit, so we need to get into that.
Well, my hand's going to fall off, I'm so cold at the moment, you can probably see you shaking. Listen, Billy, congratulations, best of luck and safe journey, and thanks very much. And we'll...
It's great service. No, all the girls and all the parents, they all really appreciate it, and we know you're giving up your time and doing that, and we really, I can't stress it enough. I say it to all the guys around the country, I can't stress how much it is for the women's game, both our girls and our own girls. We really do appreciate it.
Well, appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks. Kind words from Billy Cleary about the live streaming. So I hope you enjoyed your live streaming today. We might be back again soon. It's quite cold here at the moment. But yes, I suppose that's it from us. Sponsorship opportunities galore, which is what I'm going to just sell ourselves at the end. We'll sell you. We will sell you. That's it. Thanks to Anthony for his camera work today, Barbara for her co-punditry, and everyone here at Bishopstown for making us feel lovely, warm and welcome. That's it from myself, Damien Sheen, and thank you. Good night.
Fucking freezing.